This is the Goal for Goal pregame show with head coach Bobby Brybieska. A review of our last game and a look at today's contest, sponsored by the Goal for Goal soccer camps. And now, here's the coach.
And a very pleasant good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Labor Day to you all. And here we are in the morning. Very unusual to be having this conversation in the morning before a morning start. Joined by head coach Bobby Brybieska. Coach, welcome. And is everybody rested up from the big trip last Thursday?
Yeah, I think so. We went kind of light on Friday. Went like maybe an hour and 30-minute practice, but it was very light, and I did some changes. Hopefully I can see improvement.
It was a tough day Thursday. Both teams lost by lopsided scores, and one of the good things about playing a team such as Washburn Rural, especially early in the season, is it gives you an opportunity to learn. It gives the players an opportunity to learn a lot in that game.
Well, if you're going to lose to a good team, and Derby was a good team. We lost that one. And then Topeka, I like playing them because they're always in the Final Four, seen the last 5 years. That's a very solid team. We are giving good efforts in all of our three games. I think it's just the quality of play is not there yet. Hopefully we'll see a change with Emporia today.
This is the first time that I can remember that we made our annual road trip either to Manhattan or to Topeka this early in the season. Usually it's October before we're going, or late September, and here we are, we're up there in August. Did that make a difference?
Well, I think so, to play Topeka early. Usually we play Topeka and then Manhattan back-to-back, something like that. So I would rather play them in the middle of the season than the first one because, it was proven Thursday that we just were not ready. And I think game fitness, we're not playing like we can play 80 minutes. But I think after this coming week where we're playing 3 games, we should be game fit and maybe perform better.
Well, that's one of the nice things about this tournament is that it does compact an extra game into your week. Instead of two games, you're going to have 3. And it also gives you an opportunity to try a few things that you might not do in a regular season game.
Well, I'm going to start with this game today with Emporia. I've changed some players in midfield. We seem to struggle on keeping possession, so hopefully we need improvement on that. And also the goals we're giving up are just, I think, poor decisions from the players in the back because we're better than what the record shows us right now.
And I don't want to take anything away, and I won't take anything away from Washburn Rural. They had some very pretty goals in their game.
A lot of those goals were caused by poor marking, in my opinion. They were big, and they had a guy that could throw the ball right in the goal, but
he did have a gun.
Yeah, it was just poor. My point that I'm making from my player is just poor marking. You have to know your marking. You got to stay with it, and you have to be aggressive. Because down the road, we're going to see many teams like Topeka, Washburn.
And one of those, quite frankly, might even be today. You take on Emporia today, a 5A powerhouse school. They're off to a great start. And we're going to know in a couple of weeks. But it's a very possibility this could be a playoff preview.
Well, what we're looking at in this tournament is one of our goals is to win the South High tournament. And we have to start with Emporia. And Emporia is very good. What makes Emporia good is they have a lot of individual talent, and they're kind of a scrappy team. But savvy-wise, they got the soccer ability to do well.
Let's take a minute for a quick time out here, and then we'll come back and talk a little more about the game and also a little bit about your coaching staff. Stay with us. This is the Bobby Brybieska pregame show. Welcome back to the pregame show with head coach Bobby Brubieska. And, Coach, we've been talking about a little bit about Emporia and the upcoming game today, and you mentioned a couple of things that you're going to work on. One of the things I didn't bring up, let's bring it up real quick. Did anybody get hurt on Thursday?
No, I think we just walked away without being sore, but nothing that's going to keep players from playing. I think I'm seeing some good improvement with my goalie, Andrew Fisher, because here's a guy that volunteered to be a goalie, and I think every game he's getting better, but we just have to help him a little bit better in front of that goal. He
made a couple of great saves again Thursday night in the Washburn game, so, I mean, he's certainly no slouch back there.
Well, I think he had a decent game. He made 6 saves. They took, I believe, 16 shots. So, yeah, we should have won that game for Andrew, because when Andrew's on, we're going to be on. When he works hard, we should work hard to help him out.
Well, you'll have an opportunity here today against Emporia. You're playing on turf again. You played on turf up at Washburn, and that turf up there is pretty hard. We mentioned that they're about to replace it, and that turf was pretty hard. Carpenter's turf is just as hard as the Washburn turf. Does that affect your game either way?
Well, now that we played on turf, I don't think it'll affect us. I think what's going to affect us is it's very narrow. It's probably 64 yards wide, where the Washburn was 70 yards wide. And the South turf is just a multi-purpose turf. It's not a soccer turf, but we have to play on it, and they have to play on it too, so that's not going to be an excuse.
Let's talk for a minute about your coaching staff this year. We really didn't do that last time we visited. You have a new face in Austin Clifton, who is replacing Tom Rhodes, and I know you miss Tom a lot. Tom did a great job for you.
Yeah, Tom was a winner. He always got the troops rallied up, and they were always very competitive. Austin Clifton played for me for, I believe, 2 years, and he was on that state championship team in 2011. But he's got a lot of experience. I mean, he went to Fort Hays, played for Fort Hays. Now he has a degree, and he's working as a para and special ed at Northwest. So he brings a lot of energy and a lot of youth to the staff, and I think the kids need to see that. But he's relating very well to our players, and I think they like him. And I like his X's and O's. He always comes to practice prepared, which I really like.
And that'll be a big help especially since you have a pretty young team still.
You know, I think I told my players the other day, we're playing like a sophomore team, and we need to play like seniors, all 11 people that are playing. We're just not there, but I think the attitude's good, and I think we're going to get better with every game.
We'll start it with it today.
Yes, I think, I need to single out some players because they're having good games. I think Trent Landenberger in the back is playing a decent game. And then I think Tim left the wing back. He gets in the attack. He comes back to defend. He wins many tackles. So he's doing well. And then, up front, we got our leading scorer is Hilo Renales. I believe he's got 3 or 4 goals, and he's missed many by inches. So right now, that's the guy that seems to we need to get the ball to him more often and see what happens.
And just visiting with Hiro, especially after the game on Thursday when we were eating dinner, he really does seem very relaxed. Almost, I mean, he's obviously having fun, but he seems relaxed, and it's a confident relaxation.
Well, that's one of the reasons why he was voted a captain. Is this he's very cool, and up front he likes it, and he gets things done. I need to have more players with that same energy that he gives us, because he'll run for 80 minutes. He's game fit already.
And we'll find that out here in just a few minutes when both teams kick off here.
Yes, and being a Labor Day game today, if you're not at the lake, you should be at South High and watch us play at 11 here.
We've been saying that. We said that Thursday night as well. If you can, go, and if you can't, watch. That's what I told everybody to do, and we want you to be doing that. If you're watching this and you can still go, head on down to Carpenter Stadium and catch this on the podcast, watch it live, cheer the guys on to victory.
Yeah. I want to thank you once again for being my PA guy, because you're good. But I also want to tell my parents and spectators that regardless whether we win or lose, we will play Wednesday. It's either going to be at 4 or 6 p.m. Depends on the game today.
Right. If we win today, we play at 6, and if we lose today, we play at 4.
Yeah. Hopefully, with a good turnout we'll make everybody happy and come out with a winner today.
Hope so, and an extra incentive for me personally, and maybe for you guys as well, is that if we win today, we webcast on Wednesday. If we don't win today, we won't. So, and we'll talk more about that during the game. So, Coach, best of luck to you today. Let's go out and get that W.
All right. Thank you, Kevin.
Head coach Bobby Brubieska on the pregame show. Stay tuned now after this brief commercial timeout for the starting lineup and the play-by-play of today's game against the Emporia Spartans. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer is on the air. Welcome to everyone in Grizzly Nation to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they take on the best teams in Kansas and pursue a 5A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long in battle after battle. Today's webcast is brought to you through the support of the many sponsors of this year's Eric Profit number 19 Memorial Golf Tournament, including the following: Mel Hambledon Ford, we're better, we're proving it, you be the judge. And by Fleeson, Going, Colson, and Kitch Attorneys, we believe our clients' best interests and needs are our own. By Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. Also by ABC Discount Wine and Spirits and the Humidor, with 5 convenient locations to serve you, including 8550 West 21st Street. By Aerotech Engineering in Mays, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. By Regional Contractors, LLC of Lenexa, Kansas. The regional team is with you every step of the way. By Basis Engineering of Wichita, providing expertise in mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineering. And by the law firm of Dugan and Garreau, experts in personal injury, business law, workers' compensation, wills, and trust. And by the many other sponsors who make this webcast possible. And now to the field, and your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Taylor, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to you all, wherever you are on the World Wide Web, to an early Saturday morning edition of Grizzly Soccer on the World Wide Web. I'm joined today by our producer-engineer, Greg Darnell. We're going to bring you the sights and sounds of the first game of the Titan Classic for 2018. Teams are just about ready to take the field. We're going to quickly give you the lineups as we have them. We may have to do part of this on the fly because they're about ready to start. For Emporia, number 2, defender Anthony Fierro. Number 3, midfielder Kevin Rios. Number 4, defender Austin Ulrich. Number 7, forward Wilbur Landaverde. Number 10, Alvin Areola, a midfielder with 2 goals on the season. Number 11, forward Hector Hernandez, 5 goals, 3 assists on the season. 15, Austin Umana, a defender. Defender number 16, Brian Sandoval. Defender, number 19, Roberto Peralta. Forward, number 20, Wesley Drennan. Defender, number 21, Cameron Keinholz. And the goalkeeper for the Emporia Spartans today, wearing number 99, is Nolan Francis. Now the starting lineup for your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies, and there are some changes today in the starting lineup. In goal, sophomore Andrew Fisher, wearing number 1. On defense, senior Kobe Nickel wears number 3 for the Grizzlies. Also a senior on defense, number 4, Tim Hinkle. Up front, Jairo Ornelas, wearing number 6, and I believe he is a junior. This says he's a senior. I could swear he was a junior. But in any case, he's up there. Midfielder, number 10, Angel DeRath. Sophomore will start. Also a sophomore midfielder, number 8, Enrique Morales. Daniel Rivas, a defensive captain, as senior, will start in the back, along with senior Trent Landenberger, number 12. Carson Arndt, a sophomore midfielder, number 14. Up front, Captain Chris Navarrete, a senior, wearing number 16. And at midfield, wearing number 18, a sophomore, Caleb Blaine, starts today for the Grizzlies. Glad to have you with us. If you are not here, you still have time to hustle on down to Carpenter Stadium, where we are today on the campus of South High. And we actually kind of lucked out here to have this game on this field. It rained here all night last night. In fact, it was raining when I was driving over here this morning. The rain has stopped, but and of course, this is a turf field, so this field is fine. The two grass fields on which this tournament is being played are both muddy. The ball is slow. The kids are a mess, and the fields are pretty much getting torn up today. But we won't have that problem here, as we are on turf, a multi-purpose turf here at Carpenter Stadium. This stadium primarily used for football. And you see the football markings on the field. We'll use them as well to let you know where things are happening. If you'll take a good look at the Grizzlies uniforms, they are wearing their home uniforms today. They are the designated home team in this game. They are wearing their new home uniforms. This year, the home team wears their school colors, and the visiting team wears off-color or white. In this case, both teams are wearing their school colors, with the Spartans wearing their red jerseys with black trim, and the Grizzlies their blue jerseys with yellow trim and yellow shorts. This is probably the only venue in which you'll get to see on the internet the home jerseys, as you know, we're webcasting road games and we're always going to be wearing white. But this is a different venue today, and the fact that they are in their home uniforms will make it a little bit more friendly for all of us. Teams are taking the field as we speak. You'll see the scoreboard graphic and the clock on the top of your screen today. We will keep that as accurate as we possibly can. And it looks like Emporia will kick off. They are defending the west goal. Wind is out of the southeast today at about 10 miles an hour. So the Grizzlies get what little wind there is in the first half today. Taking the kick for Emporia, looks like it'll be number 7, Wilbur Landaverde. Referees hustle into place. I would love to tell you who they are, but I do not recognize any of the three. As we have some new refs this year. We're ready to go, and we're underway. Emporia comes into this game 3-0 on the young season. The Grizzlies come in at 1-2. Northwest lost their home opener to Derby 8-2. Beat Southeast last Tuesday 2-1 at home. and then traveled to Washburn Rural on Thursday and lost at Washburn by a score of 6-1. On the other hand, Emporia is red hot. They are 3-0. They have outscored their opponents 21-1 on the season, and their victories are 3-0 over St. Mary's, 8-1 over Junction City, and in their most recent outing, they mercy ruled Circle High 10-0. Ball goes out of play on the far side, and I've already been proven wrong. We already have a roster change as Jack Fincham is in the game for the Grizzlies. Not listed as a starter on my sheet, but it did indeed draw the start today. There's Rivas with it, number 10, with his long locks, and now it comes back to Chris Navarrete. Back to Rivas, back to Chris, now centering one. Caleb Blaine couldn't get to it, and Emporia will control it, and they send it over here on the near side where they'll try and bring it downfield. Angel DeRath goes down, and it is a little bit slippery. The ground is still damp. There's no puddles on this turf field, but the turf was damp this morning. All the seats in the stands are wet today, so that may be a factor. Here's a breakthrough for Landaverde. From 10 yards out, he centers one, and it's cleared out by the defense of Northwest. DeRath gets it for the Grizzlies. Nice job by DeRath, and he sends a long one that's going to go all the way back to Nolan Francis, the goalkeeper for Emporia. Now it's intercepted that time by Jairo Ornelas. I take that back. Enrique Morales intercepted it and sent it to Jairo, but it goes too long, and it will be a goal kick for the Spartans. Glad to have you with us. Hope you sit back, grab an extra cup of coffee, and enjoy this one live from Carpenter Stadium. Ball comes out. Rivas can't get a foot on it. Goes all the way back, and Kobe Nickel knocks it out of play. It'll be a throw in there for the Spartans. Taking the throw in, Austin Ulrich. Chris Navarrete intercepts it, and here's one to Ornelas. Ball taken away from him, and won by Emporia. This very well could be a playoff preview match. I know it's only the fourth game of the season, but on September 20th, the final divisions will be announced for all sports for Kansas this year, and it is a foregone conclusion that Northwest will drop from 6A to 5A this year due to they have a slight decline in enrollment, and they were kind of on the border anyway. And if that's the case, this Emporia is a 5A school. They're in the middle of 5A, so they're not going anywhere, and it's very likely, or very possible, I should say, that we could see this team again in the playoffs come the end of the season. Landaverde with it. 2 men on him. Down he goes, and a foul called on Angel DeRath, and it'll be a free kick. I'm sorry, the foul called on Chris Navarrete, and it'll be a free kick for Emporia. Referee calling for a restart on his whistle so he can move the line back. You can't cheat on the 10 yards on this field unless the referee lets you. Field plainly marked. Our wall set up on the 14-yard line. Football 14, of course. And there's a big blast over everything and a goal kick coming up for Andrew Fisher and company. And let's see who's back there taking that goal kick. I can't tell. Landenberger that's Landenberger taking it. One there at center by Emporia. Now the ball goes back and forth, kicked out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Grizzlies. Fincham will take it in front of the Grizzly bench. Give and go back to Jack. Now he'll send it forward in the direction of Morales. Ball possession is going to be very, very important today against this red-hot Emporia Spartan team. Right now, neither team has maintained any kind of ball control. Carson Arndt does a nice job keeping it in. This one goes out. It'll be a throw in for Jack Fincham right in front of Coach Art Schuck. And the rest of the brain trust for the Grizzlies. Down the line it goes. Knocked out of play. That was intended for Hyro. And it goes out of play. We'll have another throw in for Northwest. It's like Carson's throwing this one in. You hear the traffic noise in the background. If you've never been to Carpenter Stadium, we'll tell you we'll tell you in a minute. Ornelas deep with it. Can he control it? He cannot. It gets cleared out by the Spartans and goes right into the Grizzly bench. Blaine with it now. Caleb sends it to Navarrete. Give and go and too far, but it's going to be taken there by Rivas on the near side. Daniel tried to get it up to Durath, but couldn't get to it. Now Daniel does a nice job, and they're going to call it out on the sideline. He gave good chase to that ball. It would have gone over the goal line anyway for a goal kick. So either way, Emporia was going to get the ball. 7 minutes, into the contest. No score. Grizzlies and Emporia. First game of the Titan Classic. Both teams will play on Wednesday. The winner will play at 6. The loser plays at 4. Both of those games will be on the grass field immediately adjacent to this one. We will tell you that if the Grizzlies win this game and play at 6, that game will be webcast. If they play at 4, it will not. And in that vein, or along that vein, Saturday's third and final contest, whenever it is played, will be webcast. That's the schedule. And Saturday's game, whenever it is, will also be played on the field adjacent to this one. So this is the only game they get on the turf field. We have a goal kick coming here for Emporia. Rivas heads it straight up, now heads it forward. Nice job getting it to Durath. Rivas with it now. Back to Angel. Long one going deep. Is it going to go out of play? Yes, it will go over the goal line for a goal kick. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. This is Northwest Grizzlies Boys Soccer.
This portion of today's webcast is brought to you in part by the following Grizzly supporters: Chris and Jan Shoemaker, the Glenn and Camille Nyberg family, the Joe and Judy Coughlin family, the Tom and Carla Lassiter family, the Bob and Lynn Profit family, Danny and Stacy Higgins of Gecko Painting Incorporated of Olathe, Kansas, Jenny Wiley, and by Kevin and Donna Arkin.
Back just in time for a chance for the Grizzlies. There's Rivas sending it wide left, and yet another goal kick for Emporia. Grizzlies had a chance. Hyro brought it up, centered it, then sent it wide to Rivas, who took a big blast, and it just went wide of the left post. But a good offensive thrust for the Grizzlies here in the first half. 10 minutes gone, no score. Northwest and Emporia live from Carpenter Stadium. Here's a foot race for the ball, and it's going to be won there very handily by Wesley Drennan. Drennan sends it to Landaverde, who centers it to Fierro, and now on the far side it goes. Great interception that time by the Grizzlies. Give Carson Arndt some credit for that one. Goes out of play. It will be a throw-in, though, for Emporia, right in front of the Grizzly bench. And Emporia subbed a player in. Actually, they're going to sub in two. And if I had my binoculars out in time, I could have told you who they were. We'll get them for you here in a moment. One of them is Alex Chaparro, number 9. Far side, number 11 there, Hernandez lets it go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest. In it comes. Emporia gets it right back. And a nice job to clear the ball by the Grizzlies. Kobe Nickel on top of that one. Out to center it goes. Emporia still maintains control. Over on the near side to Chaparro. Good pressure by DeRath all over Chaparro. It'll still be a throw-in for Emporia. Hyro intercepts that pass, sends it straight up. Ball being headed around. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Daniel Rivas and Northwest. Here come the Grizzlies. At the 50, Morales with it. Tried to send it forward. That pass was blocked. And then recovered there by Emporia. Here comes Emporia back. Drennan had it. To center. Hernandez. Chips one wide over there to Davila. Hyro intercepts that pass. Can't control it. It stays with Emporia. And back over here to Chaparro on the near side. Grizzlies playing high-pressure defense here. And Rivas clears it forward. Hyro gets ahead on it. And so does Morales, and it goes deep, and it's nothing but red shirts back there. Pardon me. And we have a foul. I believe they called that foul on Morales during the header. And it will be I take it back. They call the foul on Emporia. It'll be a free kick for Northwest. Daniel Rivas with it. And he sends a long one on the far side in the direction of Carson. And knocked out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest. Fincham hustling over there for the loose ball. And in it comes. Throw-in's intercepted by Emporia and sent forward. Caleb Blaine with it. Tried to get a pass to Fincham, I believe, but it intercepted. Bringing it down, Wesley Drennan. Now he'll center one to number 10, Areola. And back out to center it comes. And Ornelas took a shot in the ribs, but play continues. Peralta with it. Now he leaves it over for Cameron Keinholz. Want to send a special welcome to anyone from Emporia and Emporia High School and the Emporia High School family who might be tuned into the webcast today. We sent the link up there and invited them to join us as well. Hope you're enjoying the webcast as much as we're enjoying bringing it to you. And hope you will understand that it does have a Northwest flavor to it. Throw in coming here for Emporia as soon as they corral the ball. 15 minutes gone, no score. First half. Grizzlies playing very well here in the early going. Drennan heads it. Grizzlies try as they might, can't get the ball back at the moment. Chaparro sends it forward. And an errant pass goes right to Angel DeRath, and here come the Grizzlies back. Nice move by Angel DeRath. Lots of space. Sends one on the far side. Back it comes to Caleb Blaine. Blaine sends it forward, and now we have something going on here. I think they may have called dangerous play as he was on the ground when he struck the ball. In any case, it goes to Emporia. This one tapped out of play, and it belongs to Northwest. No subs in the game yet for the Grizzlies. Bobby sitting with the hand he was dealt here in the opening 17 minutes. It is not a blazingly hot day because the sun is behind a bank of clouds. Very thick overcast sky here. But I say that, and it's also very humid today. And there's not a lot of breeze. So you know those players down there are plenty warm. Have a foul called. It'll be a free kick for Daniel Rivas right below us on the football 40. Out to center it goes. It goes right past Caleb Blaine, who let it go, but it ended up on a red shirt. And now we have a foul called against Emporia. And it'll be another free kick for the Grizzlies. From the 25 it is. Let's see what they can do with this. Referee saying, wait for my whistle. And he blows it. Here we go. Into the air it goes to a sea of blue, and it goes over the goal line for a goal kick. Grizzly Soccer on the Internet is being brought to you in part today by Mel Hambleton Ford. We're better, we're proving it, you be the judge. Mel Hambleton Ford, 11771 West Kellogg, proud supporter of your Grizzlies. Goal kick taken and sent wide. Out of play off the foot of Fincham, and it'll be a throw-in for Emporia. Another one goes out of play off of Morales. Grizzlies trying to win the ball back, double teaming. On the near side, Chaparro has it. He sends it back. And DeRath almost got it back. Now it goes out of play, and it will be a throw-in. Angel takes it. Throws it into Jairo. Jairo with three guys all over him. One of them sends it into the bleachers. We'll have a throw-in here. Rivas takes it at the 25. Back to DeRath. Now to Jairo. DeRath. He puts one into the penalty area. Bouncing around and cleared out by Emporia. And a nice job defensively by the Spartans that time. Up it comes. Emporia still with possession and control. Jairo providing some token pressure. Over here on the near side where Kleinholz gets it. And now to Chaparro. Chaparro with DeRath all over him. Nice job, Angel. Took it away from him. Nice spin move. Kept it in play. And the Grizzlies had something going for the moment. But Emporia got the ball back. And here's a chance for Emporia on a counterattack. Coming back to get it is Drennan. This one's going to go out of play, and it will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies. Grizzly Soccer on the Internet being brought to you in part today by Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. Emerson Biggins is a proud supporter of Wichita Northwest Grizzly Soccer. Caleb Blaine loses it. DeRath will get it right back. Tried to heel pass it back to Rivas. Good idea, but it didn't work. Ball's knocked out of play anyway. The Grizzlies will maintain possession here. And in it comes. Morales. Ball taken away nicely by the Grizzlies. Tried to send it forward. Nothing there but a sea of red. Throw in coming now for Northwest. Rivas had his path blocked very nicely, comes back, gets the ball. Jairo comes out with it. Jairo with a little bit of room now. Sends one forward. Can we get a shot off? There's a shot over the crossbar, and it will be a goal kick for Emporia. "18 minutes remaining, first half, no score." Emporia subbing out a myriad of players. Did we sub anybody in? Do you know? I don't think we did. If we see anybody out there that we didn't think was out there a minute ago, we'll tell you. Did not see any subs come in for the Grizzlies. Emporia bringing the ball up, 35-25-20. That's Fierro with it, and ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Angel DeRath. He sends it in to Navarrete. Rivas back to DeRath. And now centers one. Here's a chance for Emporia on a counterattack, and what a save that time by Andrew Fisher on a point-blank shot. Tremendous anticipation by the sophomore off the shot by Hector Hernandez. Hernandez, one of the big scorers for this team with 5 goals already on the season. Leading scorer for the Grizzlies is Jairo with 3. On the far side, Grizzlies come down. Lose the ball. Fierro has it. Centers one to Areola, who sends it forward. Here's another breakaway on a counterattack. Getting behind the line and a score. Emporia draws first blood here on a counterattack goal. Goal by Landaverde with the assist to Areola. Guess if I don't write that down, I'm not going to remember it. 7 from 10. Goal comes with 16:20 remaining here in the first. And the Grizzlies find themselves with an early deficit. Landaverde got himself behind the defense that time. Perfect run-through ball was sent to him, and he came in all alone on Andrew Fisher, who made a valiant effort, but unable to make the save that time. Emporia with the ball. Grizzlies need to keep on fighting. There's a lot of soccer left to be played here today. Landaverde has it at center, sends it far to the wide, to the right side. Now back towards center, where Ulysses Lopez gets it. Landaverde sends one forward, and there's a shot and a save by Fisher and a follow-up, and they're saying no goal. They're saying that Andrew Fisher had possession when the ball was played by Hector Hernandez, and no goal allowed here, so it will stay 1-0, and it'll be a free kick for the Grizzlies. Good save that time by Andrew Fisher, by the way. Rivas sends this one out of play. It'll be a throw-in, and it's going to be taken there by Austin Ulrich of Emporia. He sends it across to Lopez. Lopez wide to the far side now. And the Spartans bring it up. That one tapped out of play by Carson Arndt. Emporia with it again. Here's a chance, a shot, and a save. No. Yes. Saved by Andrew Fisher. It results in a corner kick. I couldn't tell if that ball went over the crossbar or when he stopped it, if he stopped it, it was short of the crossbar and was going to bounce in. That's why I hesitated. I wasn't sure where that was going. There's another header and a score on the restart. Who got that one? We're going to give the goal to Roberto Peralta, number 19. Comes with 13:30 remaining in the first half, and the Grizzlies now trail by a pair. A set piece by Emporia, and Coach Bobby Brybieska talked about that in the pregame show about marking during the set pieces. And we left the guy with a wide open header that time. And we have a foul called and a free kick for Northwest. Grizzlies trail 2-0. On 2 goals within 3 minutes of each other after a scoreless first 20 minutes. 24 minutes, actually. Got a free kick coming now for Emporia. And that kick is taken over there by Ulrich. He sends it across and back to Lopez. No, I'm sorry, to Peralta. Lopez couldn't get a foot on it that time. It ends up on Morales' foot. Caleb Blaine will send it wide. Ball intercepted by Landaverde, and here come the Spartans upfield. Hector Hernandez with it. He may get a shot. No, he passed it instead, but it was broken up that time nicely by the Grizzly defense. And there's a long one, and the Grizzlies' Jairo Hornelis was offside, so they're doing all this for nothing. And a 3-man collision for nothing as well. The ball was offside, and it's going to come all the way back out here to the 45 and belong to Emporia. I want to take this moment to congratulate the Grizzly football team on their victory over Bishop Carroll on Friday night. At Carroll, beat them 24-23. The number 1 team in the region, that's the Grizzlies, took on the number 3 team, the Eagles, and it came down to the wire. And the winning field goal was scored by our own Carson Arndt. Congratulations to Carson. And hopefully his mother has recovered by now. Have a corner kick coming here for the Emporia Spartans. As soon as we can find a ball. Oh, no, I take that back. I'm all mixed up here. Free kick for Emporia from the 25. I don't know why I was thinking that was a corner. And it goes. Peralta has it blocked by Fisher. He can't corral it. Rebound stays with Emporia for the moment. Fincham does a nice job of preventing a pass. Ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Emporia and will be taken by Ulrich. Ulrich sends it back to Peralta. Peralta turns, moves forward. Back to Peralta from Ulrich. And what do we have here? We have an out-of-bounds play, and we have a substitution coming for the Grizzlies. Heron Ramos, number 23, comes in for Bobby's squad. Did not see who sat down, but I'm going to find out. It was as I suspected. Carson Arndt takes a seat. Gets a well-deserved breather. Now, can the Grizzlies get something going here? Down by 2, it's time to make a move. Here's an opportunity for Emporia coming up the right side. A crossing pass intended for Landaverde is broken up nicely that time by the Grizzly defense. We'll give Landon Berger credit for that one. On the near side, Landaverde was fighting for it. Now there's going to be a throw in from Ulrich. Areola with it. He sends it across. And another opportunity coming here for Emporia. Ball's at the 15. Now back to the 40. Up forward where Lopez will bring it forward. Give and go back to Lopez. Durath knocks it out of play. And I'm going to take that back because I was dead wrong. That was Kobe Nickel. Grizzlies trying to defend here against a free kick coming for Emporia at the 21-yard line. It's a direct kick, in case you're interested in knowing that. And it goes in, and a header goes over the top of everything, and it will be a goal kick. We're going to take a quick timeout. This is Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Carpenter Stadium, Grizzlies have a goal kick coming. And off to on the short side. They send it far to the wide side, trying to maintain some possession here. Here's another long shot over the goal post. And a sub coming in here. We have subs for both teams coming in. Daniel Rivas is returning for the Grizzlies. He'll take the place of Jack Fincham. And Ulysses Umana is leaving for Emporia and being replaced by, I don't know. You know, if he goes on long enough, we'll be able to see him. Wesley Drennan came back in. Counting down to 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Grizzlies trail by 2. Hoping to have a halftime guest for you in the athletic director of South High. And be honest with you, we invited him up, and I don't think he's coming because he has his hands full with all the rain we got last night. So don't think he's going to make it. We'll have to figure out something else. Header by Northwest. Now they sent it forward. Nobody here. It's going to go out of play and be a throw-in for Emporia. Cameron Keinholz will take the duty for Emporia. And in it comes. Landenberger sends it back forward. Now he'll come back. He'll get another chance at it. Gets it to Morales. Morales leaves it for DeRaff. And DeRaff sends one to Hyro. Can Hyro beat the player to the ball? He's got the ball. Can he get a shot off? He does. Score for Hyro. Hyro Ornelas gets the goal with 4 minutes to go. And we'll give DeRaff the assist on that goal. Beautiful pass by Angel, and he's getting high fives, and I don't blame him. That was just a great goal. That's the 4th on the season for Hyro. And it cuts the lead in half. 2-1 now, Emporia leads. And Hyro is down on the turf, and he's going to come out. And he'll get replaced by... Can't tell who that is. We'll let you know in a minute, folks. Back underway. Oh, Caleb Blaine came back in for him. So Grizzlies have an opportunity here to make a move, make some noise against this red-hot Emporia team. They scored just an absolute gorgeous goal. Now let's not give a quick one right back. DeRaff on the far side. Sends it forward to Morales. No, he keeps it. He's going to go after it himself. He's bringing it down. One man to beat. DeRaff still with it. Now he's looking to dish it off. Has one guy all over him, 2 guys all over him. The ball goes out of play, and it belongs to Northwest. So the Grizzlies will get a throw in deep in Emporia territory. Out of play it goes. It'll be a throw in for the Grizzlies. Being head of the round here at the moment. Now the ball finally settles down and Landaverde has it. Who else? And there's a whistle and a foul on Chris Navarrete. Be a free kick for Emporia. 2 minutes to go, first half. Ball being juggled around there on the far side. Nice tackle that time. Ball popped in the air. DeRath can't control it. Goes to the Grizzlies. Give and go to from Morales back, but it was intercepted. Ball moving around at midfield, changing possession on a regular basis, and now a foul called. And it will be a free kick for Emporia as we approach the final minute of play here in the first half. Andrew Fisher gets his own rebound. Here's a chance. Caleb Blaine can't get to it. Ulrich bringing it in deep. Rebus all over him. He gets the centering pass off, but Andrew Fisher's all over that one. He'll distribute it to Daniel Rebus. Rebus up to Blaine. Blaine tried to do a give and go, and it didn't work. Landenberger all over that one. High pressure defense being maintained by the Grizzlies. And a centering pass deflected away that time by Kobe Nickel. 1 second, and that's it, folks. We are at halftime here, and the score at halftime is the Emporia Spartans 2 and the Northwest Grizzlies 1. We're going to take a quick timeout, and then we'll be back with our halftime extravaganza, whatever it is. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on the Internet is brought to you in part today by Tom and Carla Lassiter and the law firm of Fleeson, Gouin, Colson, and Kitch, 301 North Main in the Epic Center, practicing over 35 areas of law, including corporate law, estate planning, trusts, probate and fiduciary law, real estate and development law, education and school law, and bankruptcy and creditors' rights, just to name a few. With over 130 years' experience, Fleeson & Gouin is nationally recognized for their diligence and legal expertise. Contact them at 316-267-7361.
Back at Carpenter Stadium with producer-engineer Greg Darnell, Kevin Arkin with you. Grizzlies trail at halftime 2-1 to the red-hot Emporia Spartan team, and the Grizzlies played in what my estimation is the best half of soccer so far this season in the first half. They need to bring out that same energy here after halftime. The way this tournament is set up, it's a double bracket tournament. We are in the red bracket, and the winner of this game will play on Wednesday at 6 o'clock against the winner of the Salina Central and Wichita South game. That was played earlier this morning, and we do not have a score on that. We're trying to get one, but we don't have one. The loser of this game will play the loser of that game at 4 o'clock. If the Grizzlies come back to win this game, we will be on the air at 5:45 on Wednesday from the East Field. We get to look into the sun again, and we will bring you that game live. If they lose today, if the Grizzlies don't come back and lose this game, they will play at 4 o'clock. We encourage you to come out and cheer them on. But if they play at 4 o'clock, the game will not be webcast. Saturday, they will play. Let's see if I can figure this one out. They will play, well, that could be anything. Saturday they can play anytime between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. So Saturday's game will be webcast whenever it is. And it will be also live from the East Field. Greg and I will both be there to bring it to you live and in color. So check the webpage for the link and the time of that game. That link will be posted Wednesday night as to when that game will be on the schedule. After Saturday, we do not have a webcast for 3 weeks. With just the way the schedule works, we're at home. Actually, we're not at home. I shouldn't say that. On the 13th, week from Tuesday, we play Capon. Pardon me, right here at South. I think I swallowed a bug. That is a home game for Capon. Capon lost their home field at Stryker this year because it's under construction. So they're playing their home games here at South High. And that will be a road game for us, but it is the only road game we will not webcast because of a schedule conflict. Then we play on the 18th. That's the only game that week. Then on the 18th, we play Bishop Carroll at home in the first of a home-and-home series, and one of those games counts for City League and one does not, and I forget which is which. I need to find that out. I was meant to ask Bobby this morning at breakfast, and I forgot to ask him. That's on the 18th. On the 20th, we travel to West High for a 4:30 kickoff. That game will not be webcast. And then on the 27th, we're right back here at South to take on the Titans in a City League contest. That game will be webcast. So our next webcast after the next Saturday, this coming Saturday being, what is it, the 8th? Or, shoot, I forgot now what the date is. This Saturday is the 8th. After the 8th, we don't have a webcast until the 27th. And we will be here at South High. And then the following week, the following Tuesday, we will be at Bishop Carroll, and we will webcast that game. Then we're home for 2 games. We have a weird schedule this year. We only have 5 home games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home games. We have 6 home games. 2 of them are back-to-back. Actually, 4 of them were back-to-back twice. So we have Derby and Southeast. That's already done. Those were back-to-back. Then we have North and Manhattan on the week of the 4th. October 4th, we play North, and October 9th, we play Manhattan, both at home. And then neither one of those, of course, is webcast. And then we go to Mays on the 11th at 6:30, and Heights on the 16th at 7 o'clock. Both of those games will be webcast. And then we're into regionals already. And as we mentioned, or as I mentioned earlier, the official word comes out on September, based on the attendance, or the enrollment, I should say, as of September 20th. But it looks very much like we're going to be 5A come playoff time this year. So that's our upcoming schedule, such as it is. And we hope that you come to the games that are at home and watch the games on the road that you can't go to, because that's why we're doing this. All the games are on the same website. If you found this, you can find any other game the same way, and we appreciate it if you'd share this on your Facebook, share this link on your Facebook, and invite your friends to watch as well. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and then kind of cruise here until the end of halftime. So stay with us. We'll be back. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Oh, you can't. It's hard to see. Yeah, you can't get them. Don't kill yourself for it. It's okay. Back at Carpenter Stadium, don't you just love live television? We got about 2 minutes here before the second half begins. Kevin Arkin and Greg Darnell with you. Greg, the sophomore extraordinaire at Northwest, whom you might remember from our wintertime webcasts of basketball last season, and the great job that he and goalkeeper Andrew Fisher did for us. We sure did appreciate that. Minute and a half to go, and with a minute and a half to go, we're just going to kind of kick back and relax here. So I'm going to turn the volume down and let you enjoy it. Just let you sit back. Good time to go to the refrigerator and get a soft drink here for the second half. Grizzlies trail 2-1. And we're back here at Carpenter Stadium getting ready for the second half. Grizzlies have yet to return from their halftime huddle. Emporia is already on the field. And now the conference breaks up. We'll tell you as the Grizzlies come out, we'll tell you who's going to be on the field for the beginning of the second half. It looks like all the starters for Emporia are back out there again. In fact, it is the starting group. Fiera, Rios, Ulrich, Landaverde, Areola, Hernandez, Humana, Sandoval, Peralta, Drennan, Keinholz, and in goal, Nolan Francis. Okay, for the Grizzlies, Carson Arndt, Enrique Morales, Jairo Ornelas. Up front, and your midfielders, you've got Navarrete, Caleb Blaine. I mentioned Ornelas. Angel Durath is over there. Daniel Rivas. Backline is, besides Rivas, is Landenberger, Nickel, and Fincham. And, of course, in goal is Andrew Fisher. There's a first shot and a save by Andrew Fisher. It didn't take that very long. And Andrew up to the task again. He looks better every game in goal. We've said that every game, and it's been that way every game. Ornelas stole one for a moment. Now he dishes it back to Arndt. Arndt sends one forward. And a loose ball in the penalty area comes back to Jairo. Can Jairo get a shot off? He cannot. Blaine can't either. He passes it and a foul called. And we're going to have a penalty kick, folks. Tripping call in the penalty area leads to a penalty kick opportunity for the Grizzlies. Let's see who's going to take it. It's going to be Jairo. Waiting for the whistle. Here comes the shot. Score! And we're tied, folks. On the penalty kick, Jairo Ornelas ties the game. He has both of our goals. PK at 39. That's his 5th goal on the season. And we're back underway. Brand new ball game, 2-2. Can Grizzlies keep up the momentum? And we have a foul call that will belong to an Emporia. Foul called on Daniel Rivas, I believe. Out to center where Lopez has it. And Lopez will send it on the near side to Sandoval. Sandoval up to Areola. And a long ball, intercepted nicely that time by Kobe Nickel. Taps it out of play, gives the defense a chance to get back. Throw in is taken. Couple of give and goes. Lopez still trying to control it. Now they get it back to him and he finally gets it forward. Back there with him is Fincham. Navarrete lending a hand as well. Blaine to Navarrete. He dishes it over to Rivas. Rivas, a long one forward in the direction of Angel DeRath. DeRath taken off the ball and by Emporia, and here come the Spartans back. There's a pass in deep to Hernandez. He's dangerous, folks. He centers one. It goes out of play, and it will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies. This Grizzly goal kick and this webcast brought to you in part today by ABC Discount Wine Spirits and the Humidor, with 5 convenient locations to serve you, including 8550 West 21st Street. We thank ABC and the Humidor for their support of Grizzly soccer. Goal kick taken, and who's going to control it? Ball still bounding around there. Kobe Nickel giving chase. Emporia is still maintaining control. Lopez at center has some room. Now he sends it over here to Sandoval, who's in his own zip code. Give and go back to Sandoval, and it goes over the goal line for a Grizzly goal kick. Landon Berger to take this one as well. And there we go. Carson Arndt with it. Intercepted there by Emporia. Lopez with it. And now the Grizzlies get it back. Morales to DeRath. They can't, having a hard time getting more than 1 or 2 passes off here without the ball being intercepted. And ball possession is going to be critical. We mentioned that earlier. Carson can't get rid of it. And this one gets kicked out of play by Navarrete. And it will be a throw in for Emporia. I guess they called a foul instead. fight for the ball. Chris doing a nice job over there. This one gets sent into the Emporia bench. And back come the Spartans again. There's a shot going over everything, and it will be another goal kick for the Grizzlies. This Grizzly goal kick and this webcast brought to you in part by Regional Contractors, LLC of Lenexa, Kansas. The regional team is with you every step of the way. We thank them for their support of Grizzly soccer. Carson, give and go back to him, and it's intercepted by Lopez for Emporia, and down they come. Drennan has it, and Kobe Nickel takes it away again. Another nice defensive play by Mr. Nickel. Angel DeRath sends one too long for Hyro. Good idea, though. Trying to feed a streaking Hyro Ornelas, but it went over his foot too long and right all the way back to goalkeeper Nolan Francis. DeRath gets around the guy, then loses it. Pretty good play by both players there. As Ulrich got it and sent it out of bounds. Fincham throws it in. And the ball goes out again. We'll do it all over again, right from the same spot, basically. Fincham throws one into Hyro. Hyro goes down. He got kicked in the thigh. No stoppage of the clock. Carson Arndt will take this free kick. He sends a long one to the far side. Is there's a shot coming? No. It goes over the goal line. That ought to be a corner. It is. It's a corner for the Grizzlies. And Carson Arndt is hustling over there to take this corner kick. And a scoring opportunity on a set piece for Northwest. Can we break the tie? There it goes, and it was intended for Morales. Goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in now for Emporia. That's too bad. Set-piece opportunities don't come often. Would have been nice to have made the most of that one. Throw in now by Emporia. Intercepted by Navarrete. DeRath on the far side. He puts one up in the air, and it goes over the goal line for an Emporia goal kick. This part of today's webcast is brought to you by Aerotech Engineering in Mays, Kansas, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. We thank Aerotech Engineering for their support of Grizzly soccer on the World Wide Web. Goal kick from Emporia comes all the way over here and out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. Fincham will take it. And they're pointing at Hyro, and he gets it, pops it over his foot. Carson giving chase. But Ulrich sends it forward instead. Who's going to get the bounding ball on this parking lot surface? Fincham gets it and tried to get it to Ornelas, but it went out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Emporia. 10 minutes gone here, second half. Tie game, 2-2. Emporia and your Grizzlies. Grizzlies playing some of their best soccer of the year so far in this game. Lopez sends it over here on the near side to Sandoval. And tacked away by Carson Arndt. It'll be a throw-in for Emporia. Sandoval will take it. A deep one. Who's going to get it? Nobody's going to get it. It's going to go out of play. That should be a goal kick for Andrew Fisher and company, and it is a goal kick. This portion of the webcast today brought to you in part by the law firm of Dugan and Giroux, experts in personal injury, business law, workman's comp, wills, and trust. We thank Paul Dugan and Dan Giroux for their support of Grizzly soccer on the World Wide Web. Goal kick was taken, and the throw-in will belong to the Grizzlies. Carson Arndt to do the honors. Fincham sends one forward. That was in the direction of Morales, but was intercepted by a red shirt. And now the Grizzlies get it back, and Carson couldn't catch up with it. Peralta gets it. He sends one forward. And now headed back, and Areola has it. And there's a little build-up going here for Emporia, but it's taken out of play by Landenberger. It will remain the possession of Emporia on the throw-in. Landaverde centered one. Emporia still has it. Rivas giving chase over there. Gets pushed in the back. Play continues. And the ball will belong to Emporia. Landaverde with a chance, and Andrew Fisher's all over that and made it look easy. And he distributes it to Carson Arndt. And here come the Grizzlies back. Ornelas looking for some help. Got one to Durath. Durath has a guy all over him. Blaine sends one forward for Durath to chase. One there by Keinholz. And a nice play by Durath, and unfortunately, Daniel Rivas tripped. Deep into the corner goes Emporia. Grizzlies get it back. Caleb Blaine sends one to Angel Durath, but it went out of play, and it will belong to Emporia right in front of their own bench. And Emporia is going to sub a player here. They brought Anthony Fierro back. Angel Durath with a chance inside the 5. 2 men to beat, though, and the ball is deflected out of play. It'll be a corner kick for the Grizzlies from the far corner. And Grizzlies will substitute a player here, as will Emporia. Caleb Blaine is going out. And I think that's Heron Ramos coming in. I am correct. 1 in a row. Here we go. They tried to get that to Ramos, but it was intercepted. Here comes Emporia back 2-on-2. And a nice job by Landenberger to strip the ball away and get it out of play. Landaverde will throw it in. What a great defensive play that was. He was down for a moment, but he's not hurt. Ulrich. And a nice sliding tackle by Morales. And they're calling Morales for a dangerous play foul. .25 minutes to go here in the second half. Tied at 2. Emporia and your Grizzlies. And there's one that's knocked into Kingman County. And it will be a goal kick for Andrew Fisher and company. Fincham sends it up. Navarrete back to Carson Arndt. Carson in the midfield where it's taken by Kobe Nickel. Nickel sends it to Angel DeRath, and he sent a long one. He got fouled hard. He's down. Angel DeRath is down. He got fouled hard after he sent it forward. It will be a free kick for the Grizzlies. And a yellow card has been given. Let's see if we can figure out who that rascal is over there. He's so far away. It's Ulrich that got the yellow card for Emporia. Back underway. Daniel Rivas takes a long blast. Loose ball. Will it go over the line? Is that a goal? It is. We'll give Rivas the assist. I think the ball did not cross the line until after Jairo touched it. Jairo gets the goal. He has a hat trick today. And the Grizzlies have a lead. .23:40 to go here in the second half. Grizzlies lead 3-2. And there's no question that was a defensive mistake on the part of Nolan Francis, the goalkeeper. He gave up a soft rebound, and the Grizzlies were all over it. But at the same time, the Grizzlies were all over it. Ramos, Morales now on the near side. Carson Arndt, he's not going to catch that one. It will belong to Emporia. Three to 2, Grizzlies lead. Second half. Fincham sends a long, that's going to go right back to the goalkeeper, though. Francis is all over it. Picks it up. And the game scoreboard clock is not running, so I have no idea if our time is correct or not. Francis picks that one up. Now they started it again, so we're going to get a minute of bonus time. We will reset here and try and get that back even with them. This one's deep in the corner for Emporia. And now we have a whistle, and I don't know what the foul was. I didn't see it, folks, but a foul has been called, and it's going to be Grizzly ball, I believe. Some kind of interference, probably. Grizzlies maintaining control here for the moment. Now Emporia gets it back. On the far side, here come the Spartans back. Landaverde in the corner. Rivas all over him. This one goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Red Shirts. Taking the throw in over there is, I have no idea who that is. Someone from Emporia. There's a centering pass and a chance, and Hector Hernandez chips one over the crossbar for a goal kick for the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies dodge a bit of a bullet there. I have not done that. Landenberger sends one over to Rivas, who sends it forward in the direction of Angel DeRath, but that play was sniffed out by the Emporia. They come away with the ball at the 25. Jairo can't get to it. Emporia still controls inside the 20 to the 15. Jairo with it, and it's going to go out of play. That should belong to Northwest, and it does. Carson will quickly throw it into Jairo at the 40. Heel pass up to Morales, but it's intercepted. Fincham sends a long one. This is a run-to ball if it stays in bounds, but it does not. Good effort by Jairo, but the ball, it wasn't going to stay in bounds because this field has a crown on it and is sloped toward the sidelines. That for drainage. DeRath with it at the 30, the 25. And a foul called on, I don't know if they called it on Morales or DeRath, but a foul was called. I think they got that one backwards, but that's me. Landenberger intercepts it, sends it back forward. Morales giving chase. Out of play it goes. It belongs to Emporia. 20 minutes to go, second half. Grizzlies lead 3-2. At what point they trailed 2-0. First two goals of the game scored by Emporia. The next three by Northwest. Another throw in coming here for Emporia. Clouds are thickening up here. It's supposed to rain on and off all day today, but it does not look like it's going to rain before this game is over. And if it does, it won't matter. Grizzlies have a man down. Yeah, he gets up okay. That's Morales. On the far side, Emporia with it. That's Diego Davila with the ball. He sends one forward. Landenberger intercepts it. Kobe Nickel now trying to clear it to center. Didn't get much on it. Emporia gets there, gets it back, takes control. Grizzlies need to control the ball. Here's a shot and a save by Andrew Fisher. That one off the foot of Alvin Areola. Fincham sends one to center, but nothing there but a sea of red. Foul called that time on Ramos, and it'll be a free kick for Emporia from the 35-yard line. 18 minutes to go. On the far side it goes. Daniel Rivas giving chase. Ball goes out of play. It will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies. We're going to take a quick timeout, and then we'll be back. This is Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Back at Carpenter Stadium, 17-15 remaining. Grizzlies about to take a goal kick here. They're going to sub a player. Ramos is coming out. And looks like, who is that coming in? Is that Caleb Blaine coming in? Is it? Caleb Blaine, number 18, joins the fray. As spotted by our executive producer, Greg Darnell. Carson Arndt sends one over on the far side to Angel DeRath. DeRath to Rivas. Rivas trying to get that to Ornelas, but he got it out of play in front of the Grizzly bench. And Emporia throws it in. And Landenberger will control that one. He sends it up to DeRath. He goes through his foot, but Hyro is there. Now the ball goes out of play, and that should be and is a Northwest throw-in. Haven't mentioned it, but there is a nice crowd in attendance today for supporting both these teams. Emporia traveled well. They brought a bunch of people down, and the Grizzly fans are here also in support of their ball club. So we expect all of those people, when they go home, to watch the webcast, watch the podcast of this game. So if you're watching it on your phone while you're here in attendance, we're glad you did that too. But you can go home and watch it again anyway. Greg, you and I are tangled here. We have a little bit of a wiring issue. Pass that through. There we go. And then you take that. And there you go. Now we're good. I didn't want to pull that off your head. Welcome to live television, folks. No union labor here. It's just the two of us, so we got to fend for ourselves. We have a goal kick coming for Emporia. Emporia subbing a player in. Leaving the game is Roberto Peralta. Didn't see who came in. But they did move some players around. Diego Davila is now on our side. There's a foul called against Kobe Nickel. He helps Landaverde up. And the Spartans will get a free kick. Grizzlies lead 3-2 on the strength of a hat trick today by Hyro Ornelas. There's a long blast and a near follow by Emporia, but it was just long. It goes out of play. It'll be a corner kick for Emporia. Landaverde will take it on the far side. He dishes it quickly. Emporia still controlling on the near side. Sandoval takes a blast. Blocked by the defense. Goes out of play. Belongs to Emporia. Grizzlies need to get possession, get control of this ball. That one kicked out of play again, that time by Morales. Emporia is subbing a player. Actually, it is Northwest subbing a player, and that which can only mean that Jack Fincham is injured, because I did not see an Emporia player come in. He's leaving. Also leaving is Morales into the game. Is Landenberger returning? And is that Ramos that just came back in? 23. Landenberger and Ramos back in. The only thing I can say is that Emporia must have subbed a person when we weren't looking. Otherwise, you can't do that. Although they did stop the clock for this. So that might have been an injury after all. Now they're resetting the clock to 11 minutes. I do not understand that at all. I am totally lost, folks. But the center referee went over to the scorer's table and insisted on that. And now he's starting play. So evidently it was not an injury. It was simply a substitution, and they should not have stopped the clock to start with. And I think they're making a time correction. So we got 10:50 to go here, second half. Fourth quarter, both the same. And the Grizzlies leading 3-2. Can they hang? Pardon me. Can they hang on? Zane Fisker, number 13, is in the contest, playing defense for the Grizzlies. He came in on that last sub. I misread the number. So we got we got a fresh set of legs in the backfield for the Grizzlies. And he's playing in the middle. So they're putting a lot on that young man's shoulders as well. On the near side, Carson Arndt sends a long one for Hyro. Can he beat it? He's got it at the 15, the 10. Centering one across for Angel DeRath. Angel, can you shoot it? He's taken off the ball, and here comes Emporia. Nice defensive play by the Spartans. They send it into the scorer's tent. It'll be a throw in for Northwest, but a nice play indeed by both the Grizzlies and Emporia on that exchange. Emporia with a chance. They got a break. Got behind Landenberger, and Andrew Fisher is all over it. And someone, I think he's just gassed. That's Landaverdi is the one who made that run, and I think he's just out of gas. They stopped play for a moment just to make sure he was all right, because he went down pretty hard. Now a punt by Andrew Fisher out to midfield. Who's going to win this one back? Grizzlies chip it forward for Hyro. Angel DeRath also there, fighting for the ball, as is Haran Ramos. And Emporia comes away with it. Nice defensive play that time by Peralta. Andrew Fisher playing a little cat and mouse there. Rivas sends one forward and right to Kevin Rios. Rios gets it right back again, sends one forward. This one chipped out of play on a sliding tackle by Trent Landenberger. And we'll have a throw in for Emporia with 8 minutes to go. Now we have a stoppage of play for something. And they have stopped time, so I don't know what's going on here. Angel DeRath is coming out. I do not know why, and we got to see who's coming in for him there. Who is that? Who is that? That's Morales. Enrique Morales came in for him. And Morales on defense. Here's a shot and a save by Fisher. Rebound, but he gets it back. Andrew, put some stickum on those mitts, buddy. And out it comes to center. Great play by Andrew Fisher. He's played a great game today. And now we have a player down. Who is this? I didn't see who went. Is that Hyro? Hyro Ornelas is down. I didn't see what happened. I was away from the ball. He's grabbing it. The issue is a leg. That's not good. And he's hurting because he's beating the turf with his other foot. Art Shook is headed out. We're going to let them work all this out here, and while they do that, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Jairo Ornelas has just gotten up, and he's being carried off. We do not obviously know anything about the extent of injury, but that is a huge loss for this Grizzly team. He has all three of their goals.
He's putting as least amount of weight on his left leg as he can.
Yeah, he's putting no weight at all on his left leg. And we'll find out what goes with that. The rest of these boys are going to have to step it up. Byron Sandoval will handle the throw-in chores when we resume here. 7:22 remaining, fourth quarter, second half. And we're back underway. Landaverde has it. Heath sends a long one. That'll be a quick goal kick for Andrew Fisher. And we'll tell you that Grizzly Soccer on the Internet is being brought to you in part today by McCurdy Auction, 12041 East 13th Street, where their favorite word is sold. McCurdy Auction, proud supporter of Grizzly Soccer on the World Wide Web. Say what?
Dirksen subbing in. Dirksen is being subbed in.
Have a substitution coming in here for the Grizzlies, and Ethan Dirksen is coming into the game. He's going to replace Zane Bisker. Zane did a great job while he was in there. They're going to bring the senior in. And the goal kick is taken. And we are back and underway. Emporia gets it back. 6:19 to go. Grizzlies really could use another goal. This one's going to go over the goal line for another goal kick. Keep it right here. Landenberger taking this one. And out it comes to center. A nice long one all the way out to the midfield. But unfortunately to a red shirt. Sandoval sends it in. Areola with it. And now Navarrete gets it and brings it forward. Can't control it. Carson Arndt gets it back. Nice job, Carson. He sends one forward for Morales. Morales down the side on the near side. Enrique in the corner, and what do we have? I think they're going to call it a goal kick. They are indeed. It is a goal kick for Emporia. Let's go Grizzlies. And that one goes out of play. There's a throw in for Northwest. Less than 5 to go now. Grizzlies lead 3-2. Throw in from the Grizzlies. Rivas. And down goes Morales in a heap. That'll be a foul. Foul called on Peralta of Emporia. Morales kind of slow to get up. Finally does so. And it looks like Carson going to take the free kick. Centers one. A nice header try that time by Navarrete, but just couldn't get it to click. Grizzlies still maintain control. Chris again centers one. In the ear off a nickel. Dirksen sent one forward, but here comes Emporia back, and now they've got the numbers 3-on-2. Landenberger is going to watch it go over the goal line. And it will be a goal kick for Andrew Fisher and company. The longest 3.5 minutes in sports has just begun. Can they hang on? Grizzlies trying to even their record at 2-2. This will be a big win for them. Emporia with the ball. Fierro brings it up. Has Navarrete all over him. They send it back and give and go back to him. Now on the far side. Centering pass and a chance. Oh my gosh, how did he miss? Areola had a wide open net as Andrew Fisher had committed to the near post. The ball crossed and nothing there but space, and he chipped it over the goal line for a Grizzly goal kick. Landenberger will take this kick. Emporia has been held scoreless in this half. Team averaged 7 goals a game coming into this game. Been held to 2. Up the near side it comes. Umana has it. Sends it back now to Sandoval. Sandoval gets by Caleb Blaine. And Navarrete kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Emporia. The throw-in comes in quickly. Areola sends it to center. Now back to him. Areola looking for some help. Sends it on the far side. Looking for an opening. Grizzlies back playing defense. Here's one that's going to go over it did go over the goal line. It's a goal kick for the Grizzlies, and that's a nice break for us. 1 minute remaining here in the second half. Can the Grizzlies hold on for 1 minute? They make a substitution. Fincham. Jack Fincham comes back in for the Grizzlies. I wonder what I would do without Greg's eyes. Don't know who went out. I didn't see. It may have been Dirksen that went out. In fact, it was Dirksen that went out. Is he still in? Well, who went out? He's walking behind the bench. Trouble, and a nice play that time by Andrew Fisher. 30 seconds to go.
I think that's Bisger. Dirksen's on the far side.
Yeah, it might be. He might be on the far side. Here's another opportunity for Emporia as they stole it. Can it go over the goal line? Yes, it'll be a goal kick for the Grizzlies with 15 seconds to go.
That was Bisger behind.
Oh, they gave him a corner. Correction. A corner kick for Emporia. Inside 10 to go. Now they stop the clock with 5 seconds to go. And a yellow card has been given to Daniel Rivas. And it may be for delay of game. It's the only thing I can think of. So the Grizzlies need to stave off Emporia on this set piece, basically, to win the game. Rivas will come out, and it looks like Morales is coming back in. Or is that Ramos?
That's Morales.
Morales comes back in. Guys are too far away. Well, we're both wrong. It's Angel DeRath that just came back in. Here's the kick in the air. The clock sounds, and Grizzlies, what an upset. Win this one 3-2 over Emporia and advance to the winner's bracket on Wednesday. We'll talk more about that. When we come back, we're going to take a 30-second timeout, I think. Actually, I know we are. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, and then we'll be back. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
Basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Carpenter Stadium, Kevin Arkin and executive producer Greg Darnell with you, where the Grizzlies, folks, this is why we play the game. Emporia came in undefeated, having outscored their opponents 21-1 in their first three games. The Grizzlies struggled Thursday at Washburn Rural. You could have predicted an easy win for Emporia based on those numbers, but no. Grizzlies played, no question, their best game of the season in this game and come out on top of Emporia by a score of 3-2. Emporia scored all their goals in the first half, or both of their goals in the first half, with 16 to play in the first half. Landaverde scored off the assist from Alvin Areola. And then with 13:30 to play in the first half, Roberto Peralta scored unassisted, again at 13:30. With 4 minutes to go in the first half, the Grizzlies got on the board. All three goals by the Grizzlies from Jairo Ornelas. He got his first assist from Angel DeRath with 4 minutes remaining. And then in the second half, with 1 minute into the second half, 39 remaining, Jairo scored on a penalty kick after a foul in the penalty area. And then he wrapped up the scoring and scored the game winner with 23:43 remaining off a great assist from Daniel Rivas. Grizzlies win this one 3-2. They advance to the winner's bracket on Wednesday. They will play at 6 o'clock. We will be on the air at 5:45 with the Bobby Brubieska pregame show, and then the game at 6 o'clock. We hope you, if you're here, come down to South High and watch it in person. They are playing on the easternmost grass field, the main grass field, if you will, on Wednesday. And we ask you, if you can, come down and cheer them on. If you can't come, watch. We will be on the air at 5:45. This is your last chance to say something today, young man. He's shaking his head no. What a great executive producer he is. He does a wonderful job. Did it all last year with basketball. And, you know, Greg acknowledged that soccer is not the sport he knows the most about, but that's going to change here real quick. So he will be with us on Wednesday as well. Until then, until Wednesday, thank you all for watching. If you're watching it on the podcast, thanks for watching it either for the first time or again. For Greg, I'm Kevin Arkin, saying so long for now, where the Grizzlies win 3-2 in the first round of the Titan Classic. Happy Labor Day, everybody.